DJN TV.
Major groups in the northern part of Nigeria condemns southern governor's stand on restructuring and banning of open grazing in the region. Hi guys, good morning to you, good afternoon to you, and good evening to you, depending on your location. This is DJM Daily News Update, where you get latest news updates all around the world. Let's go to the main news. Following the ban on open grazing in the southern states of Nigeria by the 17 governors from the region, divergent reactions have continued to trade the decision of the southern governors. The governors had, after a marathon meeting in Asaba, Delta State, agreed that open grazing be banned in the region. Open grazing of cattle has continued to cause conflicts between the host communities and migrating herders, leading to death in many states of the region, while some herders have been accused of committing other criminal acts like rape, armed robbery, and kidnappings. As expected, the North has kicked against the position of the southern governors, who itemized a 12-point communique in which they collectively embraced the move and called for necessary legislation to back up the ban on open grazing in the region. The first to kick against the move of the southern governors is the former executive secretary of the National Health Insurance Scheme (HAIS), Professor Usman Yusuf, who faulted the decision because the southern governors did not consult Fulani leaders before making the no grazing regulation. Speaking on a monitored sister station program, Yusuf said in his words, southern governors must provide land for Fulani herders to graze their cattle if they want to ban open grazing. Gathering in one hotel and giving a blanket ban is irresponsible, he said. Also, the national secretary of the Miyetti Allah Katau Ore, Alhassan Saleh, called the ban an empty policy. In his words, he said, the governors are confused and mischievous. Are herders the problem of this country? Are there IPOB killing people up and down, burning police stations? He asked. On his part, the national president of Kule Allah Cattle Rearers Association of Nigeria, Kakran, Khalil Mohammed Bello, said the ban on open grazing negates the 1999 constitution. In his words, the constitution allows every citizen to freely move without causing any harm or damages in any part of the country. We therefore reject the ban on the movement of cattle peacefully to any other parts of the country, he said. Describing the decision taken by the governors as uncalled for, he also called on the 19 northern governors to provide enabling environment for cattle herders and breeders, while all the grazing reserves and cattle routes in the north should be retrieved from farmers. In the view of the Plateau State chairman of the Miyetti Allah Cattle Breeders Association of Nigeria, Magban, Nura Mohammed, it is never a good idea at all. What do you expect the graders to do? To carry their cows on their heads and start running? It should be a gradual process. They should know that there are igniting conflicts to occur, which we are not advocating. They must give time. It is a compulsory thing to give them time. I am sure they did not contact or consider the Fulani herders before taking their decisions. On its part, the Bauchi State branch of the Miyetti Allah said the call was a signal that Nigeria is heading towards disintegration. The Magba chairman in Bauchi State, Alhaji Sadiq Ibrahim Ahmed, said in his words, "This is a simple calculation. I have said it that we are heading to breaking up of Nigeria. The rulers are no longer interested in the people. Fulani people should move out of there. It is very simple." Also, a northern elder statesman, Alhaji Tanko Yakasai, said the ban is not necessarily binding on the federal government. The founding member of the Arewa Consultative Forum, ACF, said nobody can enforce its position on another person in Nigeria. Alhaji Yakasai was, however, in support of the governor's demand for alternative measures to address the spate of insecurity in the country. He, however, urged the leaders to clearly spell out in affirmation the kind of alternative measures they need from the federal government. In his words, it is unfortunate the advocates of restructuring have failed to clearly clarify in specific terms what they mean by restructuring in white and black. What does restructuring Nigeria mean? As for me, I want to believe there are provisions in the constitution for whatever anybody wants. Why can't we take the advantage of that position to either amend or change the constitution to suit our desires? But it is important to know that we are in a democracy, and the principle is simple. It says minority can have their say, but the majority will have their ways. Again, the former Senate Majority Leader in the Nigerian Senate, Senator Mohammed Ali Ndume, disclosed that the southern governors deviated from the issue by banning open grazing of cattle in the 17 states of the region. He accused the governors of engaging in a blame game, which according to him cannot solve the problem. In Ndume's words, as far as I am concerned, this blame game will not solve the problem. Governors are the chief security officers of their state, so why are they talking about the president without talking about themselves? The governors are deviating from the matter. The problem is not about open grazing. The problem is security. Most of the security problems confronting Nigeria are not in the bush. We have 4 different types of security challenges. We have the insurgency in the northeast, IPOB through the Eastern Security Network in the southeast. There is banditry in the northwest. It is only in the north central that we have the issue of farmers and herders clashes. There is less problems in the southwest except for the clashes between herdsmen and farmers and the Yoruba Nation agitators. Similarly, in the south-south, they are trying to instigate the Avengers, but so far the area is peaceful. Due to the criticisms from the north, the chairman of the Southern Governors Forum, Governor Rotimi Akeredolu, yesterday explained the reasons behind the ban on open grazing across the region. Governor Akeredolu said during an interview on a monitored television program by our correspondent that the decision is not new. He said in his words, "It is not an entirely new issue. Most of the governors have placed a ban on open grazing in their states before the meeting. We looked at what is happening in our respective states. Most of the states have passed laws on open grazing. Virtually all of us have passed that law. We felt that this open grazing must stop. It is causing a lot of problems, particularly between the herders and the farmers. Whether we like it or not, times have changed and things must change. We must adopt a modern system of animal husbandry. In this day and age, they cannot continue to take cows by foot from Kano to Port Harcourt," he said. The governor said the federal government needs to throw its weight behind the state governors that want to set up ranches. Nothing than this will benefit the herders who are exposed to dangers as they roam with their cattle. The decision of the southern governors to ban open grazing comes 3 months after the Nigerian Governors Forum did the same. In February 2021, the Nigerian Governors Forum, representing all 36 states in the country, said it had reached a consensus on the need for the country to transit into the modern system of animal husbandry that will replace open, night and underage grazing in the country. Meanwhile, the Southern Senators Forum (SSF) has thrown its weight behind the governors from the region for taking a firm position on burning national issues, including banning open grazing of cattle. The senators disclosed that such deft and unanimous policy would help in reining in those hiding under cattle grazing to unleash terror of kidnapping and killing on the citizens of the region. The statement was jointly signed by the forum's chairman, secretary general and publicity secretary, who are Senators Opeyemi Bamidele from Ekiti State, Matthew Urogide from Edo State, and Chukwuka Utazi from Enugu State. Also, the platform of Southern members of the House of Representatives threw their weight behind the call for the entrenchment of true federalism in the country. The lawmakers from the 17 states agreed that the measure will lead to the devolution of power, creation of state police, review of resource control and revenue allocation formula, as well as strict adherence to federal character principle in the federal appointment in the shared interest of the federating states. The group led by Honorable Ndudu Elumelu affirmed that the measure stated by the governors remains the only guaranteed way to ensure fairness, justice, equity, to bring in national stability, productivity, and peaceful coexistence in the country. With that, we have come to the end of our news update for this time. Thank you for your time. Please don't forget to share, like, and comment on all our videos. Follow us on all our social media platforms: Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and on www.djmtv.news. I am Stanley Okocha for DJM TV News.
DJM TV. DJM TV.
Fulani people don't say no, they don't like us.
Welcome to DJM TV.
DJM TV. DJM TV. DJM TV. DJM TV.
Some of the delegates and ask them questions.
DJM TV. DJM TV. DJM TV. DJM TV.